Miss Ballmeyer. Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm going to be looking over Angus's blood work with you today. All of it is kind of overwhelming, as you can see, but I'll go over it top to bottom with you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. First, what I'm going to go over is this little section right here, and that's your white blood cells. So what they are, they'll fight infections and inflammation, but all of them seem to be within range intervals, so there's nothing too much to worry about here. But I will go over all of them with you just in case you have any questions. So your lymphocytes are your antibodies, which if it was decreased, it's probably due to, some viral infections. If it was, increased, it's probably due to like bacterial infections, some vaccinations, or some cancers. So that's nothing to worry about since it's within range interval. Your monocytes, they'll have to deal with chronic diseases or inflammation. If it was decreased, we probably look at necrosis, which is tissue loss. Your neutrophils are your first line of defense, so that's usually where we would start looking. If it was increased, we would look at acute bacterial infections or inflammation. If it was decreased, we would look at those viral infections. Your eosinophils, if they were increased, we would look at hypersensitivity reactions, those are your like allergy reactions. Yeah, so we would probably look at those if we suspected that Angus might be allergic to something. But they're not clinically significant if they're decreased, so that's good. Your basophils, usually these have to do like initiation of inflammation. If they were increased, and they're also not clinically significant if they're decreased. Next, I'm going to look at this section here, which is your red blood cells. Usually all of these kind of follow each other. So your hemoglobin is carrying oxygen into blood. Your hematocrit is usually looking at hydration, anemia, and all of that. Your MCV is usually looking at the size of your cell, or like your hemoglobin. The MCH is looking at the volume of the hemoglobin. The MCHC is looking at the concentration of hemoglobin. Next, I'm going to talk about your platelets, which those are also within range interval. Those would usually aid in clotting, so if it was either high or low, we would look at, if there was a clotting issue, but there's nothing too much to worry about here. I'm gonna bring you down to these tests down here. So I'm gonna talk about your albumin, ALP, ALT. Those are your liver functions, like your liver testings. They'll have to do with like steroids or antitoxins. Your amylase or AMY, that's usually pancreas. Your T bilirubin is usually looking at gallbladder. Your blood urea nitrogen, and your creatine is usually looking at kidney, along with your calcium and phosphorus. Your sodium and potassium are electrolytes. Those usually change with kidney values. So those are also all within range intervals, so nothing too much to worry about there. But what I do want to bring to your attention is Angus's glucose is a little high. So the doctor will talk to you a little bit more about that. However, we do suspect that it may be because of diabetes mellitus, but the doctor will explain a little more about that. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, can you explain to me what glucose is?
Yeah, so glucose is usually due to the pancreas not getting enough insulin. So that may be like the blood sugar is usually due for the insulin, so it might be, according to this, it's high.
With diabetes mellitus, what would the treatment look like?
So yeah, the doctor will go over that with you. The doctor may talk about a glucose curve, probably show you how to give an insulin shot, but it's nothing too crazy or nothing too bad. It can be easily manageable.
Oh, okay. Also, what does MCHC is looking low on the test? What would that mean?
Yes. Okay. So it's a little low. So it's nothing too outstanding. Nothing too much to worry about. It may be like something to do with the blood, but what I'm really worried about is the glucose because it is so high. Yeah. Any other questions for me?
No.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course.